Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. I'm excited to have with us today Jason Eichmiller from Home Key Lending Solutions. He's going to be talking about a few things going on in the mortgage industry, as I think it's a very relevant topic nowadays. Jason, thank you so much for being on today.
Miranda, thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited to share whatever knowledge I can with you and your crew.
Awesome. So before we get into all the details about what you help other people with, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your backgrounds?
Sure. I live in Wellington, Florida, which is just kind of like in between Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale. And I'm a relatively new Florida transplant. Moved down here 2.5 years ago from Philadelphia. And the whole reason why is I've got three little kids, Alyssa, Jason, and Molly, and I wanted them to be playing outside in the middle of the winter. So that was my big. People thought like I was kind of crazy to do it, but the kids love life. We've made a lot of friends. We absolutely love the lifestyle and where we are. And the flight back to Philly in the mid-Atlantic takes 2 hours. Not that anybody would want to fly there in the middle of winter, but I think it was the best decision that we ever made. So loving South Florida. Although today, Lorena, as you know, it's about 50 degrees, and we might have to watch ourselves if we walk under trees because iguanas could fall on our heads.
Yeah, so iguanas falling down trees, that definitely does happen. That's the winter in Florida, we don't get snow, but we do get iguanas.
I threatened my
Um,
wife this morning. I told her that while the kids are in school, I'm going to go around the neighborhood and pick up said fallen iguanas, and the kitties are going to get new pets. And I think
okay.
she looked for a broom to hit me over the head with.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Um, but you're one of the many people that are moving down to Florida, which
Hmm.
has been a good impact, it seems, in the real estate market. So it's a good field, good industry to be in, right, Jason? So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing? Like I hear rumors about like people from New York and California
Hmm.
coming here and like buying all these houses, sight unseen, cash, all these crazy stories, and I'm like, these houses here are not new, so I don't know like what deal they're getting. Is it all about the low interest rates? What are you seeing there?
Well, it's funny. I guess first of all, I should say that when I moved down from Philly, I bought mine sight unseen. So I'm one of those people, and there's lots more of us. What we did have, I had my realtor do kind of a FaceTime walkthrough, and then of course, anytime you buy your house, if you've got a good head on your shoulders and you have a good mortgage person like moi and a good realtor, then they're going to recommend that you get an inspection. So even though you like the way the house looks, really the bones are very, very important, and you've got to go through the inspection with kind of like a fine-tooth comb. I would also recommend that you don't expect perfection because you're not going to get it, but you want to know what you're buying into. 3 months after we got into our house, I had to replace both the bottom floor and the top floor air conditioning units, but it's kind of expected, and we felt like we got ourselves a good deal, and we were where we want. Now, I guess going deeper into answering the question, Lorena, we're seeing a lot of folks from the mid-Atlantic move into our neck of the woods, all the way up from New York. I was at an open house this weekend. I spoke with a few people from New York and Rhode Island, folks from Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland. I moved my folks down about a little over a year ago to Cape Coral, so on the West Coast. I'm working on helping right now. We've got a loan that's going to close in about 9 days now, where a great guy from Berkeley, California is moving over to Boca. So everybody is moving here, and that's good for us in our property values because even though interest, like if you pay attention to mortgage interest rates, number one, you know that they're historically low, or they were. But number two, if you really look at it day by day, like I do, you'll see that they are trending in this direction. They're going up, up, and up. And we can go down the rabbit hole of explanations, but it wouldn't be a 12-minute talk. Again, if you've looked at interest rates, you know that they're historically low. Like we've never seen stuff in the threes before. But we know that over the next year, and we could go very deep into it, but we don't have time, interest rates are going to be increasing. The Fed is basically increasing the overnight rate. So that means rates are going to go up, homes are going to be less affordable. But down here in Florida, our property values are going to stay the same or continue to, well, honestly, I think they're going to continue to increase because of what we're just talking about. People like me, there's a continuous huge migration of folks from the north, from the west, from the mid-Atlantic, the northeast, coming down here. So get ready. We're going to continue on our ride right here.
Yeah, and in a few years, we're all gonna have, New York or New Jersey mid-Atlantic accents.
That's right. Yeah,
Right? That's right.
bunch of
No,
people like me. Lucky
yeah,
us.
I think it's good. You're all escaping the snow to come here, and why not do that? But my concern that I see, like, yeah, property values are definitely going up. Um, even though interest rates are low, what do you think about for like the median incomes here in Florida? Is it something affordable, or do we need to now find and move someplace else?
No, I would not ever leave here. But that's my personal. That's outside of the whole business thing. Yes, we are seeing that affordability is going to drop a little bit, especially as rates increase. So if a rate goes up a half point, you're going to feel it, and you're going to feel it in your home affordability. But the good thing is that a lot of us down here, we are homeowners. So we're like, personally, I'm lucky. I'm not good. I'm lucky. We just moved here 2.5 years ago, right before the pandemic, when property values were increasing a little bit, but definitely not the way that they are now. So we're seeing a lot of equity in our houses. Now, what does this equity mean? I joke with my buddies all the time. It's really fake money, because if you sell your house at an inflated price, well, you got to buy somewhere, right? So you're going to buy at that inflated price too. Rents are going up as well. So if you're listening and if you try to rent, you understand your landlord is juicing up the rent, just like the price to buy has juiced up as well. The benefit, though, is if you have a decent amount of equity, and I've personally done this with quite a few folks that I've helped. They've got newly found equity. They've got a couple more zeros in their house now, but they've got credit cards, they've got other debts. Maybe they want to invest in a business. So what they use is now they're using their home as a tool to take cash out to pay the debts or to invest in that business. And as long, like, my big picture is, don't take money out just to take money out, because then you're riding on, you've got an interest rate and money's depreciating. But if you can take money out and you've got a purpose, you can either intelligently grow it, or you can pay off a debt that has a pretty high rate. Then this is going to be one of the very few times where you have that opportunity to do so. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So what you're saying is to do a cash out refinance if it makes sense. Not
If it makes
just,
sense.
yeah, not just let me take out money because interest rates are low. Um, so it's like everything.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity also, Lorena, to come in and help educate. The easiest thing you can do, you can either call me or you can email. So if you email me, it's just really simple. It's Jason, Jason, at keyhomelending.com. And if you can't wait, if there's something that's very urgent, if you want to give me a shout, you can just call me. A toll-free number is 888-309-9705. So those are the best ways to reach me. And then we'll figure, if I don't pick up the phone, that means I'm either chasing my kids around. I coach my daughter's soccer team, or I'm on a call or in a closing with another client. But I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can, and we'll do my best to help.
Awesome. And like always, I will have all of the links down below and his phone number. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to it on one of your favorite podcast platform there, you'll have everything to easily reach out to Jason. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. I'm Lorena Tomasini and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom, we help other families and businesses with their financial protection needs. Jason, it's been great having you today on the 12-Minute Talks podcast. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Not really. Just for anybody who's, like you said, anybody who's looking at whether it's refinancing, purchasing, or reverse, or especially if you're far away, if you're in the mid-Atlantic or somewhere and you're looking to come down to Florida. Well, number one, it's easier than you think it is. It's certainly easier than your friends and family who might think you're crazy will tell you that it is. But if you want to just chat for a couple minutes, I can give you kind of the rundown, whether you're a senior relocating or whether you have a family like mine, like what to look at, what you need to do, just besides the obvious finding the house and making sure the financing is there. There's intangibles, and our adventure was really cool, and I'm so glad that we did it. So I'm more than happy to help.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being on, Jason.
Hey, you got it. Thanks, Lorena. It was an awesome time.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Thank you for listening to this podcast and hope you will listen to the next one. I'm Lorena Tomasini and you can contact me via email life@malmins.com. Make it a great day.